Well, it's been a while, hasn't it? Some of you may have assumed that the matchmaker had finally finished me off once and for all, but no, it's going to take more than that to put down the gutter tier, because today I make my pledge to you that this year I vow to hit Diamond or I'm uninstalling this game for good, and today I played ranked with not one, not two, but three. Wait, if we're going to do this challenge, let's do it properly.
In 2022, 3 legends will risk everything for the ultimate prize. Bangalore, Bloodhound, and Valkyrie. In a perilous journey full of danger, one man will take on the entire lobby.
Now that's more like it.
Trouble is, he'll fail.
Wait a minute here.
Because he's hot garbage at this game.
Now, hold on now. I'm definitely getting better, right?
Debatable.
You know what? You're getting paid by the word, mate, so the least you could do is say something that the viewers will want to hear.
Alright, keep watching for the 11th failed attempt in our Road to Diamond series, starring Ragtag.
The greatest gutter tier gamer on the face of this earth. And you know, I've just realised my career is now on the line because I am unfortunately a man of my word. So let's get our ranked adventure started in World's Edge at the staging area, a respectable and somewhat tactical zone to start a grind where climbing quickly and safely was my strategy. However, my teammate Zorik300 was the resident critic and he was about to give me a 1-star review.
He's bad place, Why here? It's bad place, no gun, no loot, yeah, GG.
Determined to prove Mr. Z wrong, I proceeded to show him that you can in fact find guns in this zone.
Why?
L-star here. L-star here.
2 L-stars already pinged, we were on a roll, and then I pointed out a gun that he really seemed grateful for.
P2020 here.
Nice.
R99 here.
Nice.
At this point, I was starting to think that nothing could appease Mr. Z, so I swung around my microphone and decided to try to reason with him. What's wrong, man? You don't like the drop? What I didn't realise was that it commanded a response from our race.
Yeah, it's nice though. It's okay.
We can rotate somewhere else if you like. Yeah, Gazoon type, Mr. Z. I started to feel bad though that perhaps I had come across as overly assertive and realised that I'd inadvertently placed myself as the captain of this squad, which isn't necessarily a good thing as my callouts are about as useful as a rejection seat in a helicopter, but it was what it was, and little did I know that Mr. Z had decided to teach me a lesson for my outburst. He marched up north to get as far away from us as possible, and then apparently pushed the power button on his PC, disconnecting himself from my booming voice and declaring himself the absent victor of this doomed landing zone. That'll teach me for replying to him, eh? Oh no! Anyway. Valkyrie low, very low. Wait time.
Tango down. Up in the chimney.
Need to recharge my shield.
Give my shields a recharge.
One coming up. Gas mode activated. Valkyrie down.
Healing up.
Surviving the first fight gives you a lot of information about your random teammates, and something told me that this guy wasn't exactly a beacon of confidence, so I decided to double check where his head was at, and he revealed a startling piece of information that I did not expect. Alright man, what do you want to do? Do you want to fight or play it safe?
No. I'm not a good player.
Give my shields
No,
a
you're doing
recharge.
fine.
I'm playing like second day, so we can fight.
Yeah man, let's fight, it's the
45
best way.
seconds. Ring aim far.
Had I been paying attention, I would have remembered the fact that I would have seen a level 13 and a bronze 4 badge, no less. This guy had been caught in a lobby that was anything but new players, and my paternal instincts took over. This newborn wraith had to be protected at all costs and be given an experience that would make him want to hate love this competitive mode just like me. Stick to the script, Ragtag, because nobody's going to see me blinking for help anyway. But there was a battle on the edge of the ring with round 2 soon to close. We might just be able to pick up some extra points.
There's 2 squads here.
Off the mic. I'm spotted.
Ring's coming in.
Eating lead.
The ring's closing, so we can back up a bit.
A bit? Well, it wasn't until I looked at the map when I realised we'd have to really get a move on or we'd be arriving to the next zone as much crispier versions of our current selves. And it hit home just how much I'd have to step up my game to hit Diamond this year, but thinking back to a couple of years ago when my movement looked a lot like this.
Do you want to see a wall jump? Look.
Sure.
That was it.
Well, guess what? I can wall jump, I can protect my noob teammate, and I can even get a knock without trying. Yeah, eat poke damage, Octane.
I'm down.
Oh, wow.
Healing.
Wraith got absolutely beamed, and I had no idea what I'd just walked into.
One lead down. Check the sector. Another squad. Off the mic. I'm spotted. Smoke out.
Be right there.
Enemy over there.
I was left with a choice right now. Do the right thing and return to my teammate, or save the points and possibly my career with it.
How many?
He's healing.
Hostile right here.
The choice was simple, because the choice was made in silver too. I'm coming, my friend.
Double timing it. Found it.
The angle was good.
Got your back.
We could revive here.
Taking fire.
The angle was bad. I'm a complete moron.
Nearby. Kill confirmed. Off the mic. Spotted. Picked up our squad mate's banner.
If I didn't want to fight everybody left on the map, I'd have to eat some serious ring damage and make for the jump tower. My last heat shield charge. We had to make it count.
My back.
Hopefully I'll get you.
And then some more bad news.
Smoke out.
Well, I'd get burned alive if I tried the jump tower now. I'd have to risk running through lava siphon and hope to get away unnoticed.
Taking fire.
Oh no, not like this.
Being spotted.
A longbow pinning me down, but surely they'd have to move as well. So I gave them something to think about.
Give it up.
Made it to the tunnel, but with enemies seeing the path I took, I made a break for it outside the round 4 ring. And let's just say, I felt that sting. No.
Taking a knee. Patch.
Nice.
Wraith was still watching and waiting. I used the last of my heals and realised no more respawn beacons.
Don't know if I can get you back, man.
I was truly alone. But every other squad in this game were fighting, so it was time to get involved. Try to win one for the Gutter Tier team, because at this point, I had nothing to lose.
Frag out. Frag out. Close. Giving my shields a recharge. Double timing it. Smoke out.
As with many games of people who are in bronze to gold, the rank does not always reflect the skill of the player, and these guys, they were just better. A grain of sand could have been flicked in my general direction and it would finish me off right now. Worse than that,
I have no heals.
but a man without heals is not a man without a plan, because that care package could bring this confrontation to a satisfying conclusion. After all, it was now only me and them. And sure, they might be better, but I'm Bangalore, and that's an alternator.
Give me a second. Top of the chimney. Oh, painless, knocking at the door. Popping smoke.
Nice try, dude.
Nice try, nice try.
An agonizing finish, but a valiant effort for our first game, good RP, and a nice teammate.
Nice.
No, not you, Mr. Z. But the race was now on to get out of silver as fast as possible, so perhaps with the modest investment of ranked points, we could afford to take a few risks, take to the skies with Valkyrie, and land in the classic hot drop where she truly excels. So cue the music to disguise my terrible gameplay.
Opening fire. Wings out. Reloading. Reloading.
You know you've got wingman problems when you miss a shot on a stationary target, but it didn't matter because the multi-story building was ours. Well, almost.
Reloading.
Not one of these.
Wings out.
Well, I suppose at least it wasn't a wraith, and perhaps I should have reconsidered the wingman, but with our very alpha squad with Little Tickle, Golden Kitty, and Hammer Fist your gamer tag man, who would dare stand against us? Everyone, apparently.
Look out, grenade.
Gibraltar spied a golden backpack that I totally didn't try to steal out of pure FOMO. Yoink! But Gibby's fingers were nimbler than mine, and of course he was the best man for the job, but another squad wanted to tear that back from our boxes, and a vicious lifeline went for multiple first incisions with a Mastiff.
Under fire.
I'm getting shot. Give me my
For a moment, nobody seemed to want to make a move, and it was as if they were taunting us to rescue our teammate.
shields are recharged.
Gibraltar accepted the challenge, and Lifeline was waiting. Turns out I'm something of a physician myself and gave Lifeline some laser punch surgery. By the way, do you ever see a downed player on the map and decide that you'll see them dead no matter what's going on around you because you're so angry for no reason whatsoever other than wanting to snatch the life out of this audacious caustic? How dare they occupy my building and squat in its magnificence? I will end you, pal. Nobody escapes this horse of a man, this Valkyrie beast, this... Just like that, the fight had ended, and I didn't even know. Damage suitably padded, 11 squads left, a job well done, and then I spotted a straggler.
Bogey in sight.
Since we've entered Scumbag mode anyway, let me present to you the correct way to use Valkyrie's ultimate.
Wings up. Fox 3, visual clear. Good tone.
Bangalore's death was a noisy one, and scavenging players nearby tried to pick us off.
Toss and frag.
I'm getting shot. Taking fire. Watch out, I'm opening the sky. Airstrike.
Gibraltar's ultimate was the only signal I needed to storm this building and clear out the trash. Well, that was awful. I'm not going back in there to face stinky poo-poo gas man. No, we opted to wait outside. Oh, that was good. Let's try that again. Gibraltar finished what I could not, and this game was shaping up to become the catapult towards the final tier of silver and our one-way ticket to a gold rank. The game was starting to build in tension as the final squads began to locate each other, converging on our area of the second zone. The stakes were getting higher, and this game was about to feel exactly like the last one, except our opponents were even better, and this was no longer about securing eliminations. No, this was simply about survival.
Okay, boys. Maybe you can shoot some of that disgusting black mold off the window. Ow. Oh, it's another team. I just wanted to show you what the wingman looks like if it was fully automatic, but in my case it really doesn't matter because 9 times 0 is still 0. In my mind, getting rid of this gun was now a top priority, but first, we had to get out of here.
Shields.
Wings out. Enemy clipped me. I'm gonna cruise over and check this pile station. Burn is good. Squadron down.
Then I spied the care package, and it was definitely worth the risk, because the only thing I could do with the wingman right now was to make Picasso wannabe snow faces from the continually wasted heavy ammo, and it had to stop now. This care package was mine.
Bogey spotted.
This care package was not mine.
Taking fire. Wings up. Fox 3 firing. Good. We're already inside.
Let's make ourselves something nice.
Give my shields a recharge.
I just had this feeling from that enemy team, the kind of feeling that said, fight them and you will get beamed.
Recharging shields.
I tried to hold the top side, but Gibraltar and Globa seemed to favour low ground, a decision they would shortly regret.
Wings up.
Giving my shields a recharge.
Oh wow, I'm glad that the movie trailer voice guy didn't see that one.
Truly embarrassing.
Oh come on man, give me a break, I've done way worse than that! Anyway, 1v3, that's definitely not me, so we had to flee.
Contact.
This is bad.
Wings out. Taking
Nope.
fire.
Man.
Wings up.
I wasn't about to give up on my teammates yet, so I waited to see if I could catch a moment where those enemies were distracted,
Wings out.
swoop in and save the day. I'm coming, brothers, don't you worry.
Alert 5. Ready to scorch for burn. Main engine burn.
Oh, never mind. I believe I can smell marshmallows from the campfire, and they appear to be using those death boxes as a bench. Well, that sucks.
It's a set.
I perched on top of the building, disgusted with myself. Holding out for those extra few points, I waited for an opportune moment. But little Tickle had seen enough and put absolutely no faith in me whatsoever. GG pal, bye. But Golden Kitty was curious to find out what happened next. Perhaps a triumphant finish could still be ours, as I almost managed it in the last game.
Maybe got time for a snack.
It was over. Or was it? Another squad had interrupted the jackals from finishing me off, and I had a chance at redemption. All I needed to do now was wait until the gunfire really heated up, then I'd make my move.
Sorry, Dad. Landing.
The last two squads were fighting, and I wasn't content with third place. The time for a gutter tier comeback was now, and no one was getting in the way of that.
Wings up. Fox 3 scanning payload. Wings out.
Okay, well, I'm never going to forget those peekaboo holes in that wall ever again. But a top 3 finish, good effort. Silver 1, GG, let's go again, because we're not done yet. Now, have you ever had a game where you get a disgusting amount of eliminations, but the reality is that you simply don't deserve them? Well, the measurement of your value is often bolstered by your damage done, and seeing how my Apex gameplay should be falling under the comedy category about now, it makes perfect sense for me to narrate this next match, which some of you are going to resort to calling it, you're going to use dirty labels such as kill stealer or, elimination embezzler or other uncivilized names. But I'm post-rationalizing this superior tactic as ranking up using advanced combat efficiency and supreme targeting. Okay, there's a little kill stealing in there.
Got a minute. Got one. Enemy down.
Not so fast.
Reloading.
Failing to learn from my previous wingman disaster, I convinced myself that practice makes perfect, but the only perfection you'd find from this game was a perfect replica of my previous match's accuracy.
Taking fire.
Of course I missed those shots! Of course I did!
Charging on my shield.
This lobby was dying quickly. 11 squads left and round 1 had only just started closing. This meant one thing and one thing only. There were a lot of people in Fragment.
Screen. Missile off the rails.
Minding them.
Bad, trash, garbage. Perfection.
Cut out an enemy.
One down.
One down, the magic words for push with everything you've got. That's something I can do.
Another squad is on us. Recharging
Got another one down. Reloading. Confirmed squad.
Now we were being pushed hard, and while my shield swap was successful, just how long would it keep me alive?
Up. Ammo.
I'm under fire. Target here.
I need help, dude.
I'm trying, but I suck.
Wings up.
Probably at least 2 other squads here. Getting out alive was going to be like ice skating up Mount Everest.
Wings out.
As I went down, a revenant picked up Ash. Revived, but another squad came in, so I ran out of the ring, hoping to escape unnoticed. Revenant forgot to bring his suntan lotion as the ring fried those evil circuits. Then, in an IQ 9000 move, Ash yeeted himself through the portal and stood at the res beacon waiting for me to grab the banner. The trouble is, I opened fire.
The next ring is far from our
Well, if he still wanted to use that res beacon, there were 2 banners to grab now. In a last ditch to make Ash's recovery mission a bit easier, I flung my body on top of Revenant's box. And Ash did not give up on us, so the rescue mission was a go. Escaping the wrath of the ring was the only thing on my mind now, so I grabbed a gun, and unless the loot was in my path, it was a sprint to safety so we could reach the next zone with enough life force to deal with whoever might be waiting for us. But as we arrived at our destination, we had a chance to capitalize, and yeah, okay, I know I've got 7 limbs and not even 700 damage, thank you, let's move on. Now wasn't the time for a shieldless charge. Patience had to prevail. Only 2 other squads left. We were at full strength. We had a real chance here, and with one of the teams underneath, we could finish them right now, so long as we don't get our head knocked off by that triple take.
Taking fire. I'm
Oh.
down.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
like that. I'd also like to point out that at the time I couldn't hear much of anything of what my teammates were saying next.
Rush.
Jump on. Wings out.
I don't get why it didn't
Hold up. Healing.
Suddenly, it became clear to me they were actually asking me to revive him during that fight. And a little strange given that you seem to be standing right over Ash's body with your death protection from the totem, but to be honest, if you did want to choose one of my terrible mistakes to pick at, you could have gone with, why didn't I use my heat shield on the way out there while the ring closed? That would have been a much better complaint. If I stuck around and used it, maybe we could have piggybacked it. Oh wait, I've just realised I finally have more than 100 damage per elimination. Gods be praised! All I had to do now was solo whoever was left in the game. A battle for the ages awaited me, and hopefully it would be a 1 versus 1. A Loba, eh? Well, prepare to meet the Gutteteer. She won't be they won't. Oh boy.
Wings out.
Second place, mistakes all round and some costly ones from me, but I sympathise with my teammates not understanding why I'm so bad. I don't understand it either. But I was determined to get to gold, and there was only one legend fit for this task. The ranked points from the previous match meant that if I could just somehow get 177 RP in this game, we'd be gold 4 and our quest to ranking up could continue from there. But first, a bold hot drop to countdown where the blue circle promises golden loot, combat and possibly an early exit from this game. But what would you say if I told you that this time I got good teammates that were skilled, aggressive and willing to work together? And you'd say I'm a big fat liar, of course, but if they were anything less than good, we might be in trouble here because I decided to roll with the devotion, and even though I lucked out with the turbocharger, that just means I could miss even faster than before. But with a car SMG that was halfway jacked already with 2 gold attachments, the loadouts were ready to be put to work because a curious squad sniffed out our territory and tried to sneak in through the side door. But unless you're on your tippy toes, Bloodhound scan makes the blippy show.
1 minute until the ring closes, and everything here is on. We have 45 seconds, and that ring is right there.
Ah yes, that helpless jump was me thinking that I could activate my jetpack, which would be lovely if I was Valkyrie. Oh no, not this stupid slow-mo where every agonizing shot paints a bleak metaphor of the futility of metamorphosing from the gutter to the great, where prediction is the basis of all my aiming and... Yeah! You walked right into it, Wraith. Good night!
My thoughtless yoinking of the golden backpack was a poor decision, as Gibraltar is definitely the go-to legend for dome revives, but little did I realise that this particular Gibby turned out to be allergic to gold bags, because when we got to the vault and I pinged him another one, he discarded it as if it were a bag of sloppy seagull stool, leaving it for Loba instead. And so towards Harvester we strode, with the faint sounds of gunfire reaching my keen hunter ears.
Marking our surroundings. The attack here.
Ultimate primed, we were ready for a Wow. If impact damage were a thing, that would have been decapitation from that corner landing. But there was no time to cry over a fractured skull and massive brain hemorrhaging, because enemies were nearby crafting, and the second trial of our squad's teamwork was about to be put to the test.
I am full of hard work. Scanning the area. Throwing thermite grenade. Bring out. Thrown out the side. Frag grenade set. All fire can be sucked. Replicated on top controls.
Hello, Bloodhound.
Let's explore this way.
I'm hit. Could use some help.
Recharging my shield.
Thank goodness for Loba backing my reckless plays and saving my life in the process. That Bloodhound finally got put down.
Taking fire, bros.
Scanning the area.
Reloading.
Good job, Gibby. Now just the Pathfinder.
They'll never shoot.
No escape from the devotion. You hear me? No escape until... You know what? I'm a believer in second chances, so auf Wiedersehen, bon chance, farm you later, pal. So we looted up a bit, and Gibraltar worked more of his magic with the charge rifle, but that Pathfinder scuttled away. Realising that I was completely stockless on both guns, I decided to craft a couple, but my attention was drawn to the large airstrike bombarding the ground in the distance. 6 squads left, and we still only had 48 RP. I had some work to do.
Direct hit.
Let's go this way. Bless me with sight. Battling the enemy. Recharging my shields.
I started to feel warm and fuzzy with Gibraltar's brotherly bubble protecting my retreat, and that enemy Pathfinder thinking they're going to finish me off with a grenade. Some instant regret was about to come their way. It was getting frustrating pushing this hill by myself, and my teammates stayed back, but there was no denying that we could just take the path of least resistance by swooping around the outside to the next zone, and survival in ranked brings points all by itself.
Taking a moment to recharge my shield. Taking a moment to
The end game was shaping up to be a precarious zone and thermal station, the place where poor positioning leads to swift punishment. This would be where my standoffish teammates might thrive, especially seeing how Gibraltar had a charge rifle.
Wait.
Not fight.
Target over there.
Throw an arc star. Marking our surroundings.
Still 5 squads left, ring closing soon. We had to move.
Carrying you.
Watch your back.
On the face.
A Kraber brought 4 squads to 3, and now it was a game of patience to see who would push first, because the moment one squad committed to another, the third would be waiting. But this time, my entire squad was alive for this situation, and these guys were not messing around.
Firing.
All Father, give me sight.
Then, it happened.
Let's explore this way. Calling upon nature's strength.
Taking damage over here.
Scanning the area. I got the hostile.
Gibraltar left nothing to chance, dumping his orbital bombardment on Caustic's death box, and now we had to mop up the remaining players.
We're already inside the next.
As we celebrated in the champion screen, realizing that Loba had managed to stick with us all the way for 201 damage, sometimes teamwork is more than just numbers on a screen, but the most important numbers that now mattered were the ranked points, with 230 soaring us straight to Gold 4, and the journey could now continue. Hope you enjoyed this much longer episode of The Tales. The next one drops Saturday, January 29th. Keep an eye out for the occasional cheeky stream before that. Catch you in the next one. Later.